terminology. Commodore's news. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you. Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
World Championship Racing. Let's get racy at Nürburg. Big shout out to Kaz for giving us the rain, and Kaz gives us a lot of rain, so a lot of racing in B-Spec earlier on. A couple of good results with Joken as well. Jad had a good GT1 race, considering he doesn't really know the track. P8, I think it was. Jokin got a P2. Maxi is in this race, and he comes back in the next one and gets a victory, but he stuck it out as long as he could in this one. So a fair few slappers in here, as you will see. As we go through the grid, P14, P15, there was a no quali, and Maxi is going to be a no quali in P16. So let's get this underway. 10 laps. We ran wets in GT2. We got some inside information from the fellow who just passed us. We're running the intermediates, and old mate is dead already. Maybe forgot to put the inters or wets on. Everyone pretty cautious, as you should be. So the plan is no tappy tappies. Don't touch me. I don't want to touch anyone else. But Maxi is off already in the beastie Merc. We had the Merc in GT2, and it felt good. We were a little bit iffy with the Mustang, and we hadn't done an intermediate run. We knew lap 2 was going to be wet, and 3 blokes off already. And Jama, this mate, this old fella, he's going to be a little bit of a thorn in my foot. But we just play the patience game. It's 10 laps. We are last. We have had a mate quit already. But let's just get in the train line and take it easy. Take it easy. Don't really have to save fuel, because the first 3 are going to be wet anyway. And that will get us to the end of lap 5 for the one stop. A lot of people will not one stop. Jill barring the mighty Lexus. The Lexuses were pretty good. Shot Ricks, he's pretty racy. It was Shot Ricks, myself, and Maxi, the only Aussies in here. He's quick, but don't really like driving near him. This old mate in the Honda didn't like being near him. And Maxi up in the 10th already. Kaz bringing the rain. Shout out to Kaz. Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. It's the greatest race of the year. But Maxi so far, he's looking pretty tidy in there. We have made up a spot. I think Bell came off. We slid on in. And this is where it gets just a little bit slow. We're just sizing up who is around us. A couple of slappers in front. I mean, everyone's been pretty cautious. The bloke behind Bell, he was pretty cruisy. So we felt pretty comfortable. And I think this is what these long races are. Finding your surroundings, seeing where you are, seeing if you are comfortable to be around who's in front or behind, and then waiting for some errors or definite sort of overtake areas. But here we've already got a few penalties. There's a little bit of damage on some cars. Maxi up into 8th. He's in amongst it. And old mate in front, he's a little bit questionable. A little bit too racy in the Honda. But the train line, just get on board. Toot, toot. And Maxi warming them up a little bit. Just warm them up. Get them worried. Very slippery, the old Honda. I'm not sure what tyres they are on. I think a lot. Most of the front runners were on the intermediates. A couple on the wets. And here's old mate Jama smashing into walls like he did the whole race. We get up the side. He doesn't yield, so we pull out. We almost clipped him, but we pulled out. So he's got bumper damage, rear drive damage. So let's just back off, and chances are we're going to be stuck behind this pleb for a little bit longer. But that's alright. We've got 9 laps to go. 9.5, not even that, even more. So we're running traction 5 for safety reasons. The Mustang, not the greatest with the traction. The Merc had a better traction control, but it's all about the safety. So we get to the end of lap 1 and old mate is gone. And another one, spinny, red flag down, red flag down. So we know the McLaren behind is pretty rapid, and there goes old mate, he's gone. But he comes back. So we start to lift because we don't want any part of what's going up ahead. It was getting a little bit messy. We're gonna let these fellas through. I think the guy in the Alpha Goka has a bit of damage. He's going to pit. So let's just sit back and relax. Keep it calm. Keep calm and carry on, as Arnie would say. Plenty of time left. Lap 2. Maxi up into 4th. He's got old mate behind him and sensibly lets him through. So Maxi seeing the same as me with that driver. A little bit racy, unstable. Let him through, keep away, and watch them bin it in half a lap. It's all about the consistency and no tappies. Oh, he nearly binned it, he nearly chopped it. People looking for that dry line flick back. So Maxi in a good position from last on the grid. He's worked his way through, but here we go. We've got old mate again. He went to throw it in, and we're just trying to find a spot to pull over and let this muppet through before he damages us. Look at all that damage. He gives us a tap here, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Just relax. And we're gonna keep it wide, lift and coast. The Alpha's gonna get through too, but from the driving we had seen, we weren't too worried, as the next lap was going to be pretty hectic on the wet, so we just stayed behind. We got through the bad wet stuff, and we knew that it was about time to go. Let's go. Let's go. And you are not keeping up with the Mustang. Mustang had a lot of legs on the straight. See you later. And hopefully that is the last time we see the Ojama. Just pull it up. Pull it up. So 3 laps down. It's time to get racy, get a little bit on that dry line. So old mate running it wide, we are going to throw it up the inside. Big brakes, let's go. Up the inside, he switches back. This was close, but we get the traction down. He was a little bit too far in the wet. He's coming back, he's holding on. We run it a little bit wide, but he gave us plenty of room. He's all right. We just want to get rid of Jammer Man. We don't want to be anywhere near him. We put up with him for 3 laps. And now a couple of blokes. This corner was catching a lot of people out. So old mate off, and there is a gaggle of blokes again. And Maxi gets through up in a P2. So the 2 Mercedes do it very well. Lap 4. Beautiful looking machine. And it's a bunch of blokes who are a little bit racy. Gilbering, I think he's not too bad. I really didn't really watch too much of the replay with him, but these blokes 1, 2 and 3 behind, they're very racy. Shotrix is racy. He's quick, I'll give him that. But some questionable situations that you kind of put yourself in, which happens very shortly. So we're just going to tuck in behind. No rush, it's only lap 4. We've still got 6 to go, fellas. And already sort of showing the nose on the outside to this Alpha. I'm just thinking there is gonna be some trouble coming up any minute now. He's looking a little bit impatient. And sure enough, as we come in, see you later, a little bit of a tap and it's all over. And we've had enough. It's time to push on through. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Tyres starting to come to the track now. The intermediates are going to work. And halfway we're going to start seeing the dry line appear. So started second last, so we're up to P6 now. Things are going to plan. It's just a waiting game, and we just want people to stay away. Maxi looking good in P2. So we come up the hill, and Maxi makes the move. It's time to run, Maxi. Sweet livery. See, there's old mate. He's just way too racy. He's getting flustered. That's why Maxi let him through before. A little bit erratic. And that's the key thing with these big races. Like I said before, you've really got to look at your surroundings and pick your battles. It's no shame in letting racy blokes through. Chances are they die. So Maxi up the hill, coming towards Carousel, starting to get the groove on, and we are up into P5. We've got the racy Alpha ahead, and we have Slapper Honda Man, and he was getting a little bit racy behind us. As you will see now, he's right in there. I felt a tap and I thought, well, what are you doing, bro? And it's time to go. It's time to go again. You are not keeping up with the Mustang. Come on, old girl, get going. As we start to pull away, the Honda just can't keep up, even in the slip. 275. We are starting to wang now. And old mate up ahead in the Merc. We'll pull it up in time. We get right back into it. And they'll be pitting again, so race over. Race over. Shot Riggs is behind. He's quick. So both into turn one, chicane. Nicely done. But we could see he was getting a bit twitchy. I think he'd burn his inters. We're just keeping him cool. And we will sit and wait to pounce, but we don't have to because he's been it. Hold on to it, son. Oh, he's locked it up. But there we go. P3. 5 to go. We've still got a pit. And the Lexus fella and Maxi not too far ahead, which was good news for me. But we knew Shot Riggs was wanging. He was pumping out some quick times. And we did not want to slow this fella up and get into a Barney. So it got pretty close here. He didn't really want to wait. He got the move done nicely and gave us room, but it was looking a bit sketchy. So off he goes. He's racy. He's very racy. And here's where it all turns to shit for Maxi. And we've all done it before. We're in the pits. And that pit exit, sometimes you just kind of forget about it. Even with traction on, it is going to be wet. And Maxi gives it full beans, and it's a nice 360. He holds onto it. So we come out, we're rolling, not even half throttle. Maxi looking for the dry. We've still got to run the wet just to not get the pit exit penalty. And right then I was thinking, no, Maxi, but he's still behind, so that's good. Keep going. So on to the softs. Do not stray from the path or it's lights out. So we're just going to ease into it. I think we downed it to about traction 3. We're still safety precautions. As we dipped it into the water a little bit, she started to run wide. Shot Riggs, he pitted as well. I think he had a little bit of a spill, and he's getting all out of shape again. Nearly took us out. He held onto it well, but we knew that position was going to change again, and we weren't going to fight. And Maxi P5, he's got his 3-second penalty, unfortunately, but car looking okay. Bell's got some rear damage, and this is pretty much where Jewel Barring just runs away with it. And we will keep it wanging. We kept it wanging for that few laps. Shot Riggs was in front and then behind, and yeah, a little bit all over the place again. Tortoise and the hare, we just kept on being the tortoise, keeping it on the road. And Shot Riggs behind Maxi. Maxi doing well. He's coming back here. I think he was pulling the gap to me pretty easy. So the one stop end of lap 5, sorry, was working well. A couple of the blokes on lap 8 and 9 pitted again. But we come up to the infamous Wreckwell corner from good old In Exile racing days, and it is gonna bite pretty hard. A bit of snap oversteer there from Maxi into the wall, and a lot of front heavy damage there. Unfortunately, race over. Good idea for Maxi to quit now to have a short rest so he could get into the next slot. A couple of blokes did that. Nitro did that as well. So we keep it wide. We don't want to fight. Let Shotrix through because he is much quicker. Maybe he will bin it again or not, but we're quite happy. P3, we just want to run it, and we were getting very low on the petroleum. We did have to do some heavy fuel saving onto the last lap. But it's going to be Jill Baring. Well done, mate. He was good. Shotrix, yeah, well done, mate. You were flying in the Lexus. So it's a Lexus 1-2. And Jokin had a great race in the Lexus. A bloody quick car. But the Mustang was quite surprising. Pretty solid. A pretty solid run. No tappy-tappies. We had a tappy-tappy from behind. We had a little bit of a side scrape as we overtook the Alpha. But no major damage, no bumping, no crashing. We didn't come off. Shotrix, well done. So the last two Aussies get the P2 and 3 in a lobby filled with some good Japanese drivers, some slapper Japanese drivers. A red flagger, but well done to the Mustang. It held up, and that is gonna do it. A good race. Hope everyone had a good race. Well done to Jokin, Jad. Arnie had a good second race. Well done, buddy. Nitro had a good race and then didn't. Hashtag if you know you know. Shout out to Nitro. And Maxi had a good race too. I think Jester had a pretty good race. So good stuff to everyone. And we will see you next time. Thanks, Kaz.